What up, guys? Ricochet here with what's supposed to be our winter update video, but I'm telling you, a lot has happened since my last update video in the fall. It's been a crazy 6 months or so. Let me start off by saying thank you to you guys who continue to watch on the YouTube, engage with us on Discord, and follow my other various social medias, as well as the huge legends who copped the new merch and use my Epic Creator Code. I really do appreciate all of that, and I enjoy having conversations with each one of you guys. Even if I haven't really played or posted a game that you specifically like or enjoy watching even, I do appreciate you guys being active when I'm active, and it means a lot to me. So with all that being said, with this wonderful, lovely intro, we're going to go ahead and jump into the meat of this video, everything that's happened, and what I hope will be happening in the future. Plus, I'm going to try to be as open and candid in this video as possible to make sure I try to cover every possible thing. Around August, I switched from PS4 to PC as my main platform of choice. I just built a wonderful PC, and I wanted to hit the new highs in content creation and streaming. I had a lot of goals and plans down on how we would go about achieving this, and we set out to do just that. My main goal was to really create a stream that wasn't just me playing video games, but it was driven more by fun, interactive type things during various stages and setups. I realize I'm not the greatest when it comes to competitive gameplay, and I don't seek to ever be the best. I wanted it more of a fun, interactive community that everybody could kind of hang out, join in on, have fun on, things like that. Unfortunately, I started to hit a lot of roadblocks on things that I hadn't really seen or accounted for. One of the major things that kind of popped up was the addition of me trying to go to a 2 PC streaming setup. My fiance had just upgraded to a brand new computer, and because she was using my older one to do her picture editing. If you don't know, my fiance is, I believe, a fantastic and wonderful photographer. Anyways, that's a side note. I took back that original PC that I had, or that she had taken, because a hard drive had actually failed in it. Unfortunately, over the course of the next several weeks of trying to do all that with the 2 PC setup, I kept running into the same problems that my game on my gaming PC would absolutely run horrible, and then the recording and streaming side on the streaming PC was just as awful. Around this time, I thought, why not just go ahead and upgrade to the Elgato 4K Pro? So, try not to get shafted like I did last time with getting blindsided by a lot of things. This time I actually did some research on this, and to run the Elgato 4K 60 Pro, my old computer didn't meet the required specifications. The issues that I routinely started to run into with doing the single PC setup for gaming and streaming was, even though my computer is on the higher end of specs, I feel personally, which is a meaty i9 9900K and an RTX 2070 Super, I'd have to turn most games down graphically to the lowest complete setting and try to cap the frame rates so I could also stream and record at a nice 1080p 60 FPS at a 6000 bit rate. And I might be speaking total different language to some of you guys, but you know, I'm a stickler for quality, and I want to make sure that when someone's watching my stream that it's very crisp and clear. Not only that, I want to make sure that when I go back to edit anything or splice anything or do anything after the fact, that it's a good video quality, and it's not nothing extremely abhorrent when it's just very, very bad quality. Over the last several months, I've been tinkering with things, trying to squeeze out the most performance I possibly can to make things run a little bit smoother. With some of these issues, it isn't really necessarily the reason my content creation and streaming slowed to nearly nothing. It's been a number of additional things. I'd been sick off and on between January and February time frame. It went through our house pretty substantially for about a month. It kind of just bounced between myself. Oh my goodness, can't even talk. Myself, my fiance, and our 2 girls. I usually don't make that big of a deal out of being sick or sickness. I usually don't really tell anybody too much of that kind of stuff. But around February, I started having headaches that made me miss some work. This prompted me to go to a doctor's visit finally. And I'm not usually keen on going to the doctor for anything and everything, but we kind of found out what was causing that. It's still not 100% better. We are still working on trying to get that corrected, but it's a lot better than it was before. Around this time, I also moved shifts, and that was around in January or so at my current job, which has taken, I would arguably say, the biggest chunk of time for my streaming and content creation. Prior, I worked weekends, which was awesome. So I was typically off Monday through Thursday each week. This worked out perfectly as we would normally drop the kids off at school, and then I would stream from about 8 a.m. to about 12 p.m. or so. And then I'd usually pick up some editing and things like that until we went to pick the kiddo up from school. I now work during the days, which is taking up a lot of the time that I had set aside before for streaming and content creation. I realize YouTube will be there when I'm able to get my schedule set and start everything back on a more routine schedule. However, it has taken a bit of a back seat right now to the family at this time. I've struggled and I haven't really been able to justify in my mind the payoff of spending each evening at my desk in a room away from my fiance and 2 girls. I know I will finally get a schedule down at some point to stream. However, going forward, I do know that my streaming will be more of a few times a week instead of daily, where I'm hoping to go the more content creation route, and that will be more frequent. The ideal is to continue to grow Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and our newest addition, TikTok. I haven't really advertised TikTok much because I don't really know what I want to do with that platform or where that's going to go. But as of right now, we've kind of made a couple goofy videos there on that platform. I moved over to Mixer around the time all this was happening, and it didn't go as well as I had hoped. Between that and Twitch, which I never streamed on, but had more desirable features for live streams and community interaction with Mixer than YouTube did. However, I feel like my heart and home is at YouTube. My desire has always been to stream on YouTube. However, in my previous video, when I announced the move to Mixer, I spoke about the limitations of YouTube, mainly the UI and all sorts of other things. You can find that in link down below if you're really interested in revisiting one of those. Lastly, my desire to play video games has diminished greatly. When I first started my YouTube channel and then later Twitter and Instagram, I loved and wanted to game every single day, all day. A lot of things were a bit different then, and I feel like life has gotten a little bit more complicated recently with all of the changes and roadblocks. As I get other areas straightened out, hopefully my desire for gaming and content creation will come back. The last 6 months have been a bit of a wall, crazy, and I can't even explain it, but I believe we're nearly over it and on the other side. There are a ton of things and a ton of items and a ton of ideals that I have for the stream in the future. Hopefully we can get some of the PC things sorted out, because I know that the more animated stuff we add to it, the more resources we use, which causes issues with the stream, but I'm hoping that we can get all that ironed out. But this video is already running so long, and I had so many games to talk about that I think we'll have to get it in the next video. So I'm going to try to do my best to wrap this up. I'm always down to talk about games, sports, or anything at all you want to talk about if you drop by the live stream, which is currently back on YouTube. I have no plans to move that anywhere else, so that's a plus, I feel like. Be sure to like and subscribe and let me know what type of content you would like to see here on this channel in the future. I'm open to any and all suggestions. The last thing I want to end on is what my man Waffle asked in chat during one of my live streams. Would you do YouTube full time if it were to take off? And my answer to that is I absolutely would, but it would be a hybrid between content creation and streaming. I put a ton of time in the first year, and I kind of hate myself for doing what I feel was a complete waste of that time. And I know it sounds crazy, but I had no social media, no promotion. I just went live, streamed for hours, and then ended it, rinse and repeat. I honestly feel like I wasted a huge opportunity to really kickstart things before I hit a bit of a wall and burnout. If given the chance and time, I really do feel like we could create something really special and magical. I realize if you venture to any live stream on any platform, there's thousands of people just like me, and they may even have the same personality and overall mood. I realize that I need to continue to work on making this a fun and enjoyable environment, and that everyone who participates in what we have going on knows that I appreciate them a ton, and I couldn't do this without any of your support. So anyways, I really do appreciate it, and thank you guys. Ricochet out. Chest in the water. Oh my god, this scared the fuck out of me.
You good? You okay, bruh?
Fucking shit, dude. Yeah, I'm good.